season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
I have dealt with some people that balance me and are equally yoked, and at times have I been manipulative and prey on certain things just because I'm a man.
Right.
And
but not all men do that. We don't want to blanket all men.
And
all
I was taking
men do not prey and manipulate. Not all men.
First of all humans prey and manipulate, but in a man in a relationship,
not in a praying way.
If I see that I can say, okay, I feel like I need this and this person has this, I'm gonna do and say whatever I need to do to get that.
But Nick, again, law of attraction. We attract who we are despite of who we think we are. You used the word, you said women who are equally yoked to you.
Yeah.
Equally yoked comes in many different facets.
100%. Balance, if anything.
They have been equally yoked to your low functioning dysfunction that you have learned to survive in.
Because I use my tools to, because first of all, you're acting as if I'm entering every scenario with the full me, and we all, every time someone meets someone, you're meeting their representative. I know how to turn on the perfect man.
Depending
and so
on the
therefore
person,
I may have manipulated a situation, and therefore, so it's to no discredit to anyone else,
I got you.
I've come into every situation. I can be God-fearing, celibate, the one that you want. I can tell you everything that you want in a man and show you that. I can open the doors, lay down the cloak, send the jet, do it all to be like, oh my goodness, I've never, and then Toxic Nick shows up, and you like, this motherfucker got me.
No, but
he done gave me the draws, and I ain't heard from him in 3 weeks.
What you said is perfect. No, what you said is perfect because you named all of the low-functioning, superficial things that a low-functioning woman would fall into.
Church?
Women,
That ain't low functioning.
Baby, any woman.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, in the name of sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce. We about to get it in. We're about to get it in. This is about to be so wild tonight. It's important. We have to have these types of conversations. You guys want to play reindeer games, and I'm not here for it, right? I'm here to have a real discussion about something that's really happening, in the dating pool. Whew. Back in the day, we used to sit back and wait until something showed up in you. Yeah. But you can now prepare yourself. You can do a little self-work, see who you are, and then see what type of person you tend to attract, right? Mm-hmm. If you find out you're codependents love narcissists.
They do.
Oh my goodness, it's like they're twin flames. They're soulmates. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's topic is a barn burner. I want you to get to your phone lines. You got to participate. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. I have a special guest in the house.
Hi. We're back.
Yeah. My god sister is in the building, Dr. P. Pacoya McCall Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Side D from Insight Me Services. Can they follow you on Instagram?
Absolutely. So you can follow me at the letter N, SIGHT, M as in Mary, E, like Insight Me, but with an N.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tonight's topic. You're not going to like it, but I have to do it this way.
They're going to love it.
Is narcissism the herpes of the mind, behavior, and soul? Why it never truly goes away. Ugh.
Yeah.
Now, we've heard in the news recently that actor, producer, rapper, comedian, just multi-talented young man, Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
He came out and said he has a NPD diagnosis. Now, you're the clinician here, and I just really want you to break this down. That's not an easy diagnosis to get, am I correct?
No, it's not. So I'm really curious, is like, who gave it to him? Did he self-do it? Because we are in the era of self-diagnosing.
Mm-hmm.
We got TikTok doctors. We have doctors that are in the media.
Right.
And sensationalizing very serious disorders and using terms that really aren't clinically in alignment, but it's just to speak to the audience. So yeah, I mean, if he's saying he's narcissistic, I don't see that in there. But maybe is he saying he has some traits, because he's manipulative and maybe a little superficial. But the tone in there, he has accolades. So this is another thing where who is giving this diagnosis? Because most narcissists, textbook narcissists, tend to not have any accolades. They're braggers. So his energy, it has this very narcissistic, loud, look at me. But he has a reason for people to look at him. He can send jets, and he does have awards and trophies and recognition.
Right.
So for me, he's going to drop into a little more antisocial. And those are the ones that are very dangerous.
Oh, goodness. Hold tight, ladies and gentlemen. The voice of reason is on complete fire tonight. Oh, why do narcissistic traits persist despite therapy? I've heard some therapists, I have a lot of therapists as friends, and a lot of them have said that narcissism is almost therapy proof.
Yeah.
Like there's no cure.
Right. It's a personality
Talk to
disorder.
me about the difference.
So some things like, think of our anxiety, our depression, those are organic. There's something off, and we could say there's something off in the brain with a narcissist also, but usually it's corrected because there's a faulty neurotransmitter. There is nothing that goes back to, so if you got a bad attitude, you're just a nasty, mean person. That's not a brain abnormality.
Like an imbalance,
There
chemical
isn't-
imbalance.
There is no chemical imbalance in there, but one may argue that there is some chemically something off to be that way, right? We have a lot of antisocial people. We have a lot of narcissistic people that have frontal lobe damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we can't say no, it's not, but personality disorders like our borderlines, our narcissists, that's an attitude.
Whoa. Hold
That's a perspective.
on. Hold on. It's a demonic attitude. See, because
Right. It's an attitude.
it's an attitude.
It's an attitude. It's an outlook.
Wow.
So it is, and what makes them so difficult, and why I'm saying the narcissist and the antisocial are really close, right? There's some small things that separate them.
Right.
And they are foolproof, because if you hear the way he speaks, he's like, I can turn it on
Chameleon, performative.
and I can turn it off. And,
Ooh.
you know, that superficial charm, there's, superficial relationships. He has no real desire to really connect intimately with someone. And they're nice people, right? A lot of them are even good looking, right? So when someone's talking and saying, my intention is to draw you in and drop you, that's what they feed off of. Some people are like, I want to come in and I just want to love you. Like they come in and they were like, I want you to be impressed with me. And I'm going to roll out the red carpet. And then once you're impressed, then I'm like, meh, thanks. Done.
Wait, you mean charm as a strategy?
Oh, yeah. Superficial charm.
Ooh, this is deep.
They're smart. They're very intelligent. And a lot of times they're smarter than their therapists. They're
That's what I've
studiers
heard.
of people.
Yes.
So it makes them extremely dangerous and will talk you in circles. Like this woman who is a, credentialed doctor is arguing back and forth to prove what? Like, he's
Right.
like, what do you prove with that?
Right.
You wind up in an argument with them to try to make them change their mind. They're like, no, but you don't understand.
Right.
This is who I am, and everyone loves it.
Wow.
And they do.
That clip was from Nick Cannon's Council Culture show, and it contained Dr. Cheyenne Bryant along with Nick Cannon. Very interesting. Is narcissism the herpes of the mind, behavior, and soul? Why it truly never goes away. Why do narcissistic traits persist despite therapy? She just covered that. Is healing narcissism a pipe dream or a possibility? The social contagion of narcissistic behavior in a hyper-connected digital age? Were you born this way or built this way? Debunking the myth of the genetic narcissist? But I would ask, before we really peel back all of those layers, what are the criteria to diagnose someone as NPD? Because NPD is totally different than I have narcissistic traits, correct?
Correct.
All right. So how
I should have
does
brought
one?
my book today.
Yeah. How does one get that?
Right. So one of the things is there's an age limit that you have to be of a certain age in order to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. I would have to flip and see each category, but it is about, they're going to label the relationships intimacy if they're superficial. A lot of times what you'll see are patterns of a person's inability to maintain relationships for long periods of time. And these relationships are in multiple areas. These are friendships. It could be, partnerships, marriages, things like that. Those relationships tend to fall apart because it's not rooted in truth. They really want to connect with someone. The connection is for them. It's usually temporary, and whatever motivation they get from it, then they're done with it. So they can have a bunch of people around them, but who are they truly close to? Who truly knows them? You'll see no one. And that's how they like it. They can go to work every day, So this is a therapist working with someone that's narcissistic. You have to be with them. You have to know their family.
Right.
You have to know their friends, people at work, to truly catch what's really happening. Otherwise, you'll think why are you here? Why are you in therapy? They were like, someone else made me come.
So it's really interesting the way you're dissecting this. You're listening to the voice of Dr. Pacoya McCall Robinson. Saidi, she's in here cooking with the rarest grease. No, this is good because we need to know. Because not only you are outlining this thing so succinctly, narcissists can be therapy resistant. This is why many therapists, like if you talk to Dr. Ramani, who is a professor of psychology at Cal State LA, she says they can't be healed. They can't be fixed. You can't fix them. And I'm not a big proponent of can't. I think there's a spiritual piece, and we can get into that later. But for the most part, according to psychology, they can't be healed. It can't be fixed. But you're also telling me in your outline that they are also relationship resistant. They see the relationship as the food trough, the same as a pig would see the food trough, go there, get something, and then move away. Is that how narcissists
They come
interface?
in and they get what they want, and then they're going to move away. And the objective for them is usually, it's always self-serving. Like, they just need to feel and be important. So any attention is attention. The bottom line, it's like, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. So whatever Nick is wanting from this conversation, he's on television. This is entertainment. Whatever this is, it creates a buzz. This doctor is, has gone on many shows. So it's just fueling these narratives that aren't always correct.
I mean, we're talking.
We're talking about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason. We're on complete fire. It's late. It's early December. But guess what? The fire is still burning hot and high. Ladies and gentlemen, get to your phone lines when we come forward. Myself and my god sister, Dr. Pacoya McCall Robinson. We will keep cooking.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Are you an entrepreneur looking to take your business to new heights? KBLA Talk 1580 is your partner in success. Every day, we celebrate and elevate Black-owned businesses across our community. Our KBLA SMB Marketplace currently features The Cookie Dip, Badass Bakes, Hair Concoction, Higher Education Accreditation Consulting, LACC Radiology Technology Department, and Malik Books. Your business deserves to be heard. Let KBLA Talk 1580 amplify your voice and connect you with our powerful community of listeners. Email smb@kbla1580.com today. That's smb@kbla1580.com. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Go, 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 shorty. It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give a fuck, 'cause that's your birthday. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug, you're into getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug.
What is the difference between a sociopath, a psychopath, and a narcissist? Here to answer this intense question is Dr. Ramani. Help us out here.
Well, it's, again, there's a lot of overlap, but the fact is a lot of people are using these terms interchangeably.
And should they be?
Sociopath, they psychopath. No, they shouldn't. They're different things, okay? One rule of thumb to remember right off the bat. Every psychopath is narcissistic, but not every narcissist is psychopathic. Make sense? There's your key difference. A narcissist is somebody who lacks empathy, is grandiose, is entitled, is constantly seeking validation, is arrogant. It's a disorder of self-esteem, and they have trouble regulating their self-esteem. But when a narcissist does a bad thing, they feel a fair amount of guilt and shame. More shame than guilt, frankly, because they're concerned about how other people view them. Shame is a public emotion. So they don't like being viewed negatively in the public eye or by other people. That's where the shame comes from. But they'll feel a little bad. Like if they cheat on their wife, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Psychopath's a different animal. They're all of those things except no guilt, no shame. Wow. They don't feel remorse when they do something bad. Wow. So they're great serial killers. Hired assassins, people who are going to go in and literally sort of gut a business. These are your guys. They're like, I don't care who gets hurt. They'd say that and they'd mean it. Okay, where a narcissist is like, I hope no one gets hurt. Okay? The difference between the psychopath and the sociopath is the one where most people get confused, because the sociopath is a lot like the psychopath. They do bad things and they don't care. Okay? Here's the key difference. A psychopath is born and a sociopath is made. Okay, that's the key. So a psychopath, in fact, we know in the research on psychopathy, which has also been called antisocial personality disorder in our diagnostic manual, these are people who are actually believed to have slightly different autonomic nervous systems. Our autonomic nervous system is actually that part that holds our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight and flight system. So when our autonomic nervous system for a normal person gets charged up, which it would if we broke a rule, if we did something embarrassing or rude, if we ran through a red light, our heart starts racing. We sweat, our pupils get wide, we look around because we're afraid of the consequence. A psychopath doesn't have that same kind of arousal. That's why they're able to lie on lie detector tests. That's how they get away with it. They don't have that same kind of arousal. So where you or I may go on a roller coaster, feel that sense of excitement, we need to get that arousal in a good way. We don't like feeling it when we do something wrong. They don't feel it.
So,
wow. Go ahead, Andy. Andy had a question. Go ahead, Andy.
It wasn't a question. I just wanted to mention, oh boy, interviewing Dr. Ramani just looks flabbergasted by her responses.
No, she's cooking.
Yeah.
And she made some clear distinctions.
They're huge difference. And that's the thing where you let the world get a hold of these fads, on TikTok, and it's misused. So everybody's like, I'm narcissistic. I'm like, Nick, no, who told you that? No, you're not.
Don't do that. Right.
No, you're not. You're a little more antisocial.
No, so the question is, how are narcissists made? Because she made the distinction between made and born.
Correct. So there are genetic and environmental components. So that is the nature versus nurture. So when it's a self-esteem issue, that could be something fractured in childhood, those little wounds, not good enough, right? those are things, and it's much more common in men when you see these narcissistic diagnoses, but it is the environment and it is genetic. So it's not truly even known. Like, we don't know how it's truly comes about.
Oh my goodness. Will Nick Cannon's public cry for help regarding his narcissistic personality disorder diagnosis lead to the normalization of narcissistic behaviors in our intimate relationships? Are contemporary psychological and clinical approaches fundamentally inadequate for addressing the profound internal healing and heightened self-awareness required to achieve meaningful reconciliation and transformation in individuals with narcissistic personality disorder? Listen, these are some heavy questions. Do we want narcissistic behaviors normalized, or are they already normalized? We're in America, for crying out loud.
I think I don't know if it's normalized versus, for me, it would be the education about what it actually is best. I think that kind of correct information to the masses is most important, because narcissistic traits, they're okay to have.
They're ubiquitous. Everybody has.
If I have an inflated sense of self-worth, tell me why that's bad, unless I'm hurting someone. Right? That's where they actually do make great bosses and CEOs, because you have to
assertive,
be self-absorbed,
confident, charismatic.
Right. So where you can take these terms, right, these characteristics, and you can see how they can be really good and how they can be really bad. Again, it's how it's used.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason on complete fire. When we come forward, the nation wants to speak. We're in Long Beach. We're in Indianapolis. We're in Houston, Texas. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, trust me, we got a lot to talk about.
Been hit with a few, but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, in the lady saying 50, you hot. They like me, I want them to love me like they love pop. But holla in New York, the show to tell you I'm local. And the plan is to put the rap game in the choke. I'm fully focused, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still in the grind. Now shorty says she feeling my style, she feeling my flow. A girl from Wooded, they buy, and they ready to go. Find me at the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're into getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to feel the buzz. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tyreek Wynn with 4 things you should know from BIN News. The Chicago, Illinois black man is accused of killing a West Suburban Oak Park police officer in the line of duty. Jarrell Thomas faces several charges, including first-degree murder in the shooting death of Detective Alan Reddins, who is black. Community members are mourning the death of a civil rights pioneer in South Carolina. James Solomon Jr. was one of 3 black students who desegregated the University of South Carolina in 1963. He recently passed away at the age of 94. The city of Montgomery, Alabama is commemorating Rosa Parks and the anniversary of the historic Montgomery bus boycott. It's been 69 years since Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus to a white man. Joining in on the holiday festivities, Dairy Queen is bringing back 2 frozen desserts. DQ says the Peppermint Hot Cocoa Blizzard and DQ Frozen Hot Chocolate are now available. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. The Equinox EV and all-new Equinox, America's best compact SUV for new vehicle quality by J.D. Power, offer both confidence and style to see you through the holiday season. It's easy to see why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Find your red tag. Get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select popular Chevy models when you finance with GM Financial. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Award based on 2024 models. For J.D. Power 2024 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Offer available on all 2025 Equinox and 2024 Equinox EV, Blazer EV, and Silverado EV models. Monthly payment is $27.78 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment is 26.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 1/2/25.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, Jordan F, this right here is crazy. I feel big, you know what I mean? Like not big in the sense of weight, you know what I mean? Like gaining weight or nothing like that, like colossal, like, you know what I mean? Like, I heard you were looking for me.
Hey, Mr. Carter. Hello. Tell me where have you been?
You know.
They've been asking, they've been searching, they've
Yeah, to you forever, from me to you. I heard somebody say, church, I'ma need a suit, I'ma need a coupe, I won't need a roof. Flyer than Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I got the flow, I'm trying to see the roof. Didn't wear bulletproof, so I got shot and you can see the proof. Blind eyes can look at me and see the truth. Wonder if Stevie do, but I'ma leave it to God, not Beaver, neither you. Cause I'm a murder, why I kill and even you. Man, I got summer hating on me cause I'm hotter than the sun. Got spring hating on me cause I ain't never...
But last week we started a new series on codependency. And what I said in that opening talk on that was, in my experience as an addictions counselor, one of the main causes of things that lead people to a relapse is they get into a relationship that is a codependent relationship. And before we know it, they have become back into kind of addicted to a person, and all of their addictive behavior and all of their old ways of doing things kick in, and before you know it, they're all messed up inside and they end up relapsing to the drugs or alcohol. So it is a huge issue that many in recovery have to deal with if they ever want to stay clean and sober. But then I said, beyond that, I don't think codependency is properly understood until people understand the complex trauma component. And that, to me, is significant because one of the symptoms of complex trauma is it sets people up to become codependent, which means it sets people up so that their relationships aren't healthy and end up failing. So that's why I want to do this series, is because it's such a big issue for people in recovery. It's one of the most common questions that I receive from clients when they are thinking about their recovery. And so tonight I want to take it a little bit further. And what I want you to understand up front is that when I say codependency, I have a spectrum in my mind. So there is kind of mild codependency to severe codependency. So you might say, I don't think I'm codependent because I'm not in the severe end of the spectrum, but you might have some of the more mild parts of codependency that still can get you into a lot of trouble in a relationship. So taking that, what I want to talk about tonight is the more severe end of the codependency spectrum. And when you get to the more severe end of the codependency spectrum, a word comes into play that has become a very popular word, and it's called narcissism. And so when you are in the more severe end of the codependency spectrum, there's usually a narcissist who's part of that relationship. But what I want you to understand tonight is, in order for a narcissist to be in a relationship, there's got to be a co-narcissist. And I will explain that in a little bit. And my hunch would be that most of you here would either fall in the category of a narcissist or a co-narcissist. Now, there's supposed to be on the back of your handout a test that you can take to see if you're a narcissist or a co-narcissist. And then, so don't do that when I'm talking, because I want you to listen, and I don't want you all of a sudden getting super depressed or super angry.
Oh, he's dropping fire. Oh, he's dropping fire. Lord have mercy. What's his name for people who want to see that? Tim Fletcher?
Okay, Tim.
Come on, Tim, the co-narcissist.
Your wingman.
Now, see, that sounds just like Ross Rosenberg. Ross Rosenberg, in his Human Magnet Syndrome book, explains that, this codependent, who he calls self-love deficient, or SLDD, self-love deficient disorder, because he's like, yo, it's an addiction. You are addicted to this, I guess, this supply, so to speak, that you get from this narcissistic relationship.
Right.
And then when you're not in a narcissistic bond like that, you may, especially if you're using this spectrum that Mr. Fletcher was talking about, you may experience what Ross Rosenberg called pathological loneliness, which is this aching in your bones from being alone. That's how bonded you are to the toxicity of the narcissist. So this whole concept of co-narcissist or narcissist facilitator, narcissist quarterback, hey, just run the route, I'll throw you the pass, the perfect, oh, this is great. Yeah. So my question to you, because you sounded very flattering and approving of the narcissist, do you approve of their toxic behaviors like gaslighting, emotional manipulation, lack of empathy, a profound inability or unwillingness to understand or care about the feelings of others, grandiosity, projection, pathological lying, triangulation, blame shifting, exploitation, love bombing, overwhelming someone with excessive attention and affection to gain control early in relationships, devaluation, silent treatment, sabotage, rage and intimidation, explosive anger, or subtle threats to instill fear and compliance, jealousy and possessiveness, excessive control and suspicion, often projecting their unfaithfulness onto others, boundary violations, ignoring or disrespecting others' limits, needs, or personal space, constant need for validation, demanding praise and attention while devaluing those who fail to provide it, competitive sabotage, competing with loved ones and undermining their achievements to maintain superiority, emotional blackmail, using guilt, fear, or obligation to manipulate others into submission, discarding, abruptly ending relationships when they no longer serve their needs, they're done with the trough, leaving others feeling abandoned and worthless. Do you rock with any of that?
No. Okay, so when you serve all of those up on the plate, and this is where I was saying the opposite side of those coins are these negative things that can do harm and hurt people, right? However, there's other traits and aspects about them that it's not harmful. So it's the way they are using their skill, their charm, and what they're using them for. They don't a lot of times think anything's wrong with them because, like Nick was saying, someone's going to sign up for this. Whether or not they're attracting their codependent, right? That's what they want. That's why that's who they're aligned with. That's why that's who they're in a relationship with.
Which is very interesting because Ross Rosenberg in that book, The Human Magnet Syndrome, goes on to say that a lot of these relationships are breakup proof. Because of the toxic bond, the trauma bond that Patrick Carnes talked about. So he was like, they're breakup proof. And even if you happen to break up with somebody, you'll go find a duplicate of the somebody you broke up with so you could continue to get the supply.
That. Right. And that's what they need. That's the constant need for validation. That's that constant need for attention at any means, right? So when those things are hurting people, and that's where you have to listen to what Nick is saying. Like, yeah, I can do all of these things. I'll roll out the red carpet. I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do this. But is he saying I have a problem with it? And when people are like, well, how come they can't be fixed? Because they're not saying anything's wrong with them.
That's why I say Nick coming out could potentially normalize all of this.
Well, absolutely. People are going
and just make it like, yo, I got what Nick got.
Yeah, me too.
We good.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Y'all showed love to Nick, show love to me.
Right. So, yes, it definitely will bring more attention to. Wow. I just hope it's the positive attention that I hope people follow the other doctors and really be able to separate, well, what's the difference? What do I have this diagnosis or trying to self-diagnose or listening to people on TikTok, right? It is about the information and it being the correct information.
Wow. Here we go. We got callers on the line. When we come forward, I promise you we're going to talk to y'all as soon as we come forward.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Medicare open enrollment is here, and it's a time you can make changes to your health coverage. Yet, watch out for enrollment and marketing scams. Remember, Medicare will neither call you nor solicit your business. Guard your card. Never give out your Medicare number to strangers. Unsolicited calls, door-to-door visits, and emails are prohibited. Take your time. Don't feel pressured to make a quick decision. Report scams to our California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. Strap out, you know what that about. We do it my way, or the crime way. Whoa, wait, whoa, wait. I wait the heat, with my right to speak. Lead the fifth, y'all. Don't tell this shit, y'all. Whoa, wait, whoa, wait. I'm not telling you to shoot somebody, but if somebody try to shoot them, don't waste time. Look, just do it. And it's out of order. Must be service. See, now you're hesitating, boy, you're making me nervous. The feds know I clap B felonies on my rap sheet. Front on me, try to run from me, hollow seat up your back beat. Pistol pop, drop a top, burn, baby, burn. Revolver spin again and again and never learn. Got an itchy, trigger finger to hit me. So if you hit me and you get me, I'll be back to get you. Man, I might bring the homies in that's if it's necessary. See, you might not be worried, but I think you should worry.
What is going on, beautiful people? Today, we're going to be talking about the one question that could possibly make a narcissist collapse. It calls a narcissistic collapse. If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a self-aware narcissist, and welcome to another episode of The Narcissist Code. So, welcome back, folks. Yes. The one question to ask a narcissist that could cause or trigger a possible narcissistic collapse. So first of all, I didn't create this question. I didn't come up with it. I was reading an article. I don't know how I got to the article. I forgot what I was Googling. But an article came up from Rebecca Zung. And she's a brilliant content creator, attorney. I think she's an attorney, specializing in narcissistic abuse and dealing with narcissistic people, right? And the article listed the question. I was just like, let me see what question this is that she's referring to. What question that she's talking about? It is not question what kind of bear is best. The question that she put on here that said it could cause a narcissistic collapse or cause a narcissist to collapse is simple. It is 5 words. How does that benefit you? That's the question. And I was like, you know what? That is a very interesting question. In the article on medium.com, she pretty much said that question shifts the balance of power back to the person asking the question and away from a narcissist. So if you're like negotiating with a narcissist or a toxic person or whatever, asking them this question kind of flips them on their head. Because very rarely will a narcissist try to give you anything. Narcissistic people try to steamroll you, right? They're very rarely going to come to a negotiating table and try to work out a win-win situation. Typically, it's I win, you lose, or at least I need to feel like I'm winning. I need to feel a victory here. I need to feel like I'm winning.
No. I have a doctor in the building. Certified clinical therapist. Somebody.
Psychologist, yeah.
Psychologist. She can do this work.
Let's do this.
We can't be with somebody like that.
I can't.
People are made. These people are made?
Yeah.
Okay,
Created.
so something, they modeled something toxic in the formative years.
Right. Possibly, yes.
And there's no cure for it.
No. So just like
yes,
that
help
question,
me.
right? That question, he said, what he would ask, how would that benefit you?
Right.
How does this benefit you? Like I said, I asked them, why are you in therapy? Why are you here with me? Because if the way you are is wonderful, a lot of times they say, oh, because I'm doing this because this person sent me, I'm mandated to be here, I have to be here. So you cannot treat anyone that doesn't buy into they have the problem.
Right.
They don't think they have a problem. Like, where did Nick say this is bad? What I do is bad. And maybe I didn't listen to this whole clip, but it doesn't sound like he has a problem with it.
But
he's benefiting them. How am I like, what do I get out of this?
But no, I think he did say by revealing this was him admitting he needs help.
With what? I would have to listen to the entire thing to be like, well, what do you need help with? Sounds like what? Which, unless that list you read off of the ones I don't like those ones, toxic ones, right? Unless there's a list there where he's like, I am doing these things and I'm creating harm to my family, to my children,
to myself.
Right.
Yes.
And I do not like it. That's what evokes change. Now they can flip flop so quickly that it may not. I'm fine. Never mind.
I needed it yesterday.
Right. And it may not be a consistent problem. Like, that's where he said, I can turn this on and off. So do you consistently not like this? Because when it's off, when I'm bad, well, why are you that way? I guarantee you he will say it's because someone else was not being appreciative of me.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Here we go.
That's the wound. So that's when you'll start seeing those really toxic, nasty side.
Right.
Is when you wound that little
worthiness wound.
Absolutely. You'll see that. That's
validation wound, appreciation.
But then it flips
wound.
right back. So I'm always like, why are you here?
Why are you here? Attila from Houston, Texas. It's your time to shine. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, dang. I mean, I wasn't expecting to be on that fast. First of all, hey, Dr. Sequoia.
Hi.
OMG. Oh, my gosh. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Okay, let me hush. Hi, Doc. Hi, Unc. How you doing?
How you doing? Go ahead, child. Talk to your friend.
I'm talking to both of y'all, but so in thinking about this topic, searching for videos, something came to me, and I suspect that there's going to be like two parties of thought possibly that could pop up from this. And the first one being that I think some people are going to be triggered about the attention that Nick's going to get. Because, again, supply, right? All attention is good attention. But then the other part that I think we're not necessarily anticipating is that I think some people are going to be indirectly exposed by the attention that he receives, depending on what type of therapy he gets. I think it's going to be really interesting to see the thought pieces that come out about his behavior and maybe what's led to this diagnosis. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I have no idea, but it's something I'm probably not going to tune into, but I will, I'll let the world, in my private conversations, people tell me some things I'm just not interested in. Right. And it's these type of narratives, like this is the narcissistic game. So to me, is he doing this for attention, which is right now he in a deficit? It's somebody on the back end leaving him and we don't know about this and he's crying for attention. Right? And using his platform for that. So it's going to elevate him. Some things I just usually don't feed because it's feeding that wound. It's feeding that injury. Unless he's going to come on and start saying, I want to talk about toxic Nick. This is the one that hurts people. Then, I don't want to hear bragging Nick.
I believe he's going to come out like that.
I'm waiting out.
I met Nick one time and he's been, when I met him, he was super cool. I met him one time at the Foxhole. When we were on Sirius XM, and he was hella cool. And I like the diagnosis is a shock to me because I wouldn't have never pegged him as that. But I don't watch all of his content and I don't watch everything that he has going on, so I can't really ascertain who he is on stage but when I met him in person, he was cool.
Great guys. Doesn't see that other side of that coin, that they are kind, they are nice, they are charming. They can be really good superficial friends. When you meet them, they don't have to spit in your face, but when they do, they will.
Oh my God, here we go. When we come forward, we're going back to Houston, Texas to wrap it up with Atala. Let's get it.
Wish it don't go my way, holding sideways. Off around cause a crime wave. When it's rap out, you know what that about. We do it my way, cause a crime wave. Whoa, wait, whoa, wait. I wait the heat, with my right to speak. Lead the fifth, y'all. On time this shit, y'all. Whoa, wait, whoa, wait. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I talk about my arsenal, I rap about my infiltrating practice. They be scared of me, the hood man, the enemy. Yeah, I'm #1 on Forbes. Yeah, they can't with your boy. Tight time is prank time, I flip that, get that back. Louis V knapsack, filled up with G-stacks, I'm sick in the head. Me, I'm all about the bread. Go ahead, up with the king. See, it's just what I said. See the stance, I make a double, make a keloid bubble. Gym style, boy, I cut you to your motto.